Hi all, Lee Varis here with Phototech Tuesday. Each week I'll be sharing new insights into photography, technology, art, and more. Today I'm going to explore one of the latest features available in the beta version of Photoshop, the new Harmonize command. This shows up as a button in the contextual taskbar, and once you drop a new layer into your background. Harmonize isn't just a convenience, it's a signpost pointing towards Photoshop's future. Every new tool like this moves us further into the realm of a fully agentic Photoshop, a platform that understands our intent and executes complex edits with minimal instruction. It's the same trajectory that began with content-aware fill and select subject and generative fill, and it's heading towards a day when we simply can describe what we want and Photoshop orchestrates the adjustments, seamlessly blending human creativity with machine intelligence. So let's take a look. Okay, so here I am in Photoshop, and when we were on our kind of world cruise through the Mediterranean, we went to various places. We went to Çanakkale in Turkey, which is the home of the ancient city of Troy. And what we have here in the town square in Çanakkale is the Trojan Horse prop from the Brad Pitt movie. And they've put it on display in the center of the town square here, right in the marina area. And I thought, wouldn't it be nice to get this picture of this horse and put it into a scene of ancient Troy when the Greeks are leaving from the battle, and they've set up this horse as a sort of gift that's going to get them inside the gates of the citadel. So what I did is I went into Midjourney and prompted up a scene like this. So here we see the Greek ships are leaving. We actually can't tell whether they're leaving or coming, but we're going to tell the story by placing the Trojan horse into the scene. Okay, so I've gone ahead and made a mask here. I'll show you just to save a little bit of time, and I'm just going to get the move tool and drag this right into the scene here. Okay, so here we are, and it's kind of cool. I'm going to rotate this a little bit. And there it is, but obviously the color and the lighting don't match at all. So once we've dropped this into place, though, we can see that there's this new button down here, Harmonize. And all I'm going to do is click on that, and we're going right into generative fill. And occasionally it says it didn't like that because it's generating this in the cloud. So let's try this again. I'm going to get it to go here. And this is typical generative fill idea. You're going to get 3 variations here. All right, here we are. So let's take a look. We've got 3 variations. You notice how it's completely relit this thing. I'm really thinking this middle one is the way to go here. Now, what we have, just so you know, I mean, this is pretty amazing, actually. Compare this with, there's the regular horse. Lighting is completely different, and it now matches what's going on in the scene. But what you have to remember is that as anything that's generated in Photoshop, the resolution of the generated object is still in the 1080 by 1080 kind of resolution, and then it's scaled up to fit. Now, what I'm working on here is a screen res image, 1920 by 1080, and it's that we're not going to be that far off. So if I zoom in, it's maybe a little furry, but I mean the background isn't much better because it was generated by AI and hasn't been upscaled. So, we have some detail in there, and it's completely re-rendered, but it's not like the crisp, super sharp detail of the original. And one of the reasons that is the case is that actually, if I turn off these layers, right, and I disable this layer mask, you'll see that what it's done is it's re-rendered the whole scene, right? So if I take this image out, there's the original rendering, and here's the new re-rendering. Everything's pretty much the same, but they've added in the Trojan Horse here. So if I wanted to get better resolution, here's a little workaround. Let me just go back to how this was when we opened it. I'm going to go ahead and redo this. I'm going to drag this in. And we'll do our usual thing. I think I rotated this a little bit to make it look like it's standing up a little straighter, or maybe on the slope of the beach here. Now, if I wanted to, I can limit what the generative fill actually works on. And the one way to do this is to use the crop tool. And we just make sure we don't have delete crop pixels checked. Okay, so I'm going to now just bring this crop tool in. I'm going to show a little bit of this ground, which indicates that there's a light source there. But I'll just make it fit the horse as much as possible. And we'll go ahead. I'm not deleting the pixels. Again, I want to remind you that's really important. So we're going to click OK. And now, now we highlight that layer, right? So now we can go ahead and click on Harmonize. So we'll do the Harmonize now. We'll get 3 different versions. I found that if Photoshop can't see the light source in the shot, sometimes it's not as good at indicating the direction of the light. We'll see what happens with this. Okay, it's a little bit dimmer, and I think that's because it can't really see the light, the bonfire that's here that was lighting it before. But I'm going to go with this image, and now we'll go back to the crop tool and just uncrop it. So the image is still there, but we've sort of forced Photoshop to just consider the horse when it's rendering this image. Okay, so I'll say okay. And now if we turn off the layer mask here, what we've got really is just that much that has been rendered. So we're saving a little bit on the resolution. We'll get a slightly better result. Okay. So again, we still need that layer mask. And the other thing, if I feel like this image isn't quite bright enough, I can put a curve on it, and we'll make that curve clip to the underlying layer, which is the AI rendered material here. And I can use this curve now to brighten just the horse. So because it's being constrained by the layer mask in that layer, and we're just going to brighten this up. Try to get the highlights in the horse a little brighter to match what I think is the scene here. The only other thing I'm noticing here is that the layer mask is showing me just a little bit of a halo here. I'm going to start minimizing that by copying this layer mask into the curve. So I'm going to double up on the mask, and that should trim this down just a little bit. So I'm going to hold down my Option or Alt key and drag that layer mask thumbnail back onto the layer mask of the curve. And I get this little warning, do you want to replace the layer mask? Yes, I want to replace it. Okay, now that I have that layer mask, I've still got a little halo around there. So I'm going to go back, highlight that layer mask, and I'm going to run a special filter. I'm going to filter other, and I'm going to pick minimum, which is going to spread the dark areas into the light areas. So the dark areas should trim up that halo. Yes, here we go at about 5 pixels. Maybe we'll do like a little more, 7 pixels or so. And now I've trimmed that off so that my curve is not lightening the background. And I'm done. Pretty cool. All right. Well, there you have it. The crazy thing, this isn't just a shortcut. It's another brick in the road towards a fully agentic Photoshop. We're inching towards a future where instead of building an edit step by step, we describe the vision and Photoshop does all the heavy lifting. Harmonize is like a glimpse through that open door. The software reading our intent, making complex adjustments, and letting us stay focused on the big creative picture. I hope this inspires you to try out Harmonize with your own images, and I'll be back next week with more. Until then, keep creating. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you don't miss another Phototech Tuesday. And I'll see you next time. You might consider joining us for a travel adventure. Check out our trips and in-person workshops at our website, bobbyandleesphotoadventures.com. Our last photo adventure for this year will be an amazing once-in-a-lifetime India for beginners, a first-class luxury tour, including the Taj Mahal, Tiger Safari, and the Pushkar Camel Festival. And that's October 17th through 29th. Better hurry up. We have 4 spots left. Next year, we will again go to Venice for Carnival, and sign up is now live, so check out the website for more info. Thanks for watching. I hope to see you on our next adventure.